So John Force and Ashley. 2 of the last 3 years, John has lost to his daughter here. 2007 and 8. 14 finals here. 7 poles for John.
I got to wonder why Ashley and her crew chiefs would take that right-hand lane, because the track is not as good in the middle. We've seen that. I mean, John was able to get the win in the right-hand lane in the first round when you have lane choice. But remember, he was all over the racetrack to be able to do that. It's not saying you can't make a run, competitive run in that right-hand lane, but as a fuel guy, I would like a little bit less of a, if I had a choice and I had a racetrack that was better in the middle and maybe a little bit less off the starting line, I would probably go for the lane with the better middle racetrack, because that's where you make the most elapsed time. That's where it gets really touchy for these fuel cars.
You can talk that techie stuff, but you know what I like? Side-by-side smoky burnouts. That's what I'm talking about.
Gotta love them. I mean, yeah.
Forest Racing know how to come off the line. Dave Reed.
Well, right lane, more rubber, but rubber's starting to peel up. So they did a burnout in a very calculated area, Mike. Been watching them real close. They've been talking about where they want to line up Ashley Force. She's not directly in the middle of this racetrack. Instead, kind of cheating toward the right center of that lane, trying to find the best rubber they can.
Yeah, it looked like she did the burnout to the right side of that group. You can see her tracks right there. And a lot of times they do that when the track's peeling up. You don't want to burn out right where you're going to want to leave, so you burn out over to the right side, and then they move the car over just a little bit to make sure that they're in good rubber.
So Mike Neff, Zippy runs it back after setting the car in place. Wow, that was great. Ashley takes the win. She comes off the line just a bit ahead of Dad. Runs a 420 to his 420 with a 6.
Well, give Dean Antonelli and Ron Douglas credit. I mean, they liked that lane. They went right down through there. We said, a little more aggressive early in the run, but both cars had identical sequence. They were pretty much locked together all the way through the middle. Ashley Force actually ran a little bit faster, 8th mile speed, which is an indication of track conditions. So that was a good call.
Hey, Dave Reef, nice work for Guido.
You bet, chasing both them, Ron Douglas, team Guido Antonelli. Guido, got to ask about that right lane. You got in the right spot to be, but everybody wants to know why the right lane.
Well, because there's bumps in the left lane and a little hard to negotiate. So we take the least of the evils. We went with the right lane, run straight, and read the track. Made the right call.
Nice job, Ronnie.
I hope you were with us during the qualifying show when we were able to put up the radio conversations within the John Force Racing organization as they looked at the track maybe 2 minutes ahead of actually taking the water box. And it was fascinating. It's harder to do on race day. The buddies, Bob Tasca and Tony Pedregon. Let's go to the G-Man at the top end.
Ashley ForceHood pulling out the earplugs and getting ready here. My, what a great drag race. How satisfying was that?
It had to be really close because I could hear him right outside my window, but it seemed like that was the quickest in between of sessions we've ever had. I forgot my boots at the trailer. Everything was just mixed up and stressful. We rushed up there, went down the track, so I think I have everything I'm supposed to have on me. Exciting, but good that both of our cars were able to go A to B. And it's really, really tricky out there if you see a lot of the other pairs not making it down. So to have 2 strong Mustangs go right down there, we'll just root on Robert now.
John, were you surprised that they chose the right lane and left you in the left?
Well, that threw Neff a curveball. I saw him run up there, so maybe Guido tried to out-trick us there, but I don't think so. I think that they got the call from Lanny. The other lane was better, but our tune-up was off because we knew we could run that in the other lane, but we didn't know what we could run in the left lane, so we tried to push her, and it rattled out there, and she got through it, so I'll get over it and make her mother happy, but I don't like losing.
It's funny because I asked Ashley this morning, what does she do in the staging lane? She says, I take inventory. I want to make sure that I have everything. And to come back and get the boots.